Mr. Peter, how are you today? Beautiful day.
As we come together for this celebration, let us join our hearts and minds in prayer. The Lord be with you. Let us pray. Holy One, we stand before you on this day by no means of our own. You have brought us to this place and formed us as a community of learning with humility, of questioning with hope, of a brotherhood bound by our individual gifts and gracious restlessness for what lies beyond this place we come to love. We thank you for these years through which you have formed us, challenged us, and made us one. We praise you for the relationships that make Salisbury more than a mere educational institution, as we thank you for the people who teach beyond the academics, who coach beyond the sport, who serve beyond their duty, who live beyond their lives, all for the love of those to whom they bid farewell on this day. And as these graduates embark on their journey, we pray for their voyage. Wrap them by your spirit of life so that as we go from this place to encounter the challenges that face our world, may they find the creative will to offer their lives as vessels of your grace. And along their way, make them wise, but not beyond curiosity. Make them sure, but not beyond hope. Make them strong enough to be dependent on the ones they love, and grateful enough to give it all away. Ordain their lives so that through them this world may know what it means to lead a life worthy of the calling to which we are all called. A life of justice and kindness and humility. And forever lift our eyes to these hills to find strength for our own journey back to this place, this home, this family. Amen.
What a day. Good morning. On behalf of the Salisbury School community, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all mothers and fathers, grandparents, brothers and sisters, uncles and aunts, and friends to this hilltop this morning. Thank you to everyone for joining us on this remarkable day. We are honored to have you here to help us celebrate this momentous occasion with these beloved 91 soon-to-be graduates, the Salisbury School class of 2019. I would also like to recognize members of the school's Board of Trustees who have joined us here today, including our chairman, Mr. Dickey Regal, class of 1984. In addition, trustees Amanda Rutledge, Annie Harris, Shrevey Shepard, Ken Hanna, and Marita Wong are here as well to help us mark this occasion. And finally, I tip a hat to the weather gods. We have a perfect day, as we promised yesterday, to help honor the class of 2019. It's most appropriate that we hold this ceremony on this portico, known as the Senior Steps, and underneath the cupola, which is the longtime symbol of Salisbury School. These steps and this spot are sacred and reserved for the eldest boys in school. One of our most valued traditions is holding school meeting here. We gather around these steps every Wednesday and Saturday during the school year. Members of the sixth form are usually seated right in front of me in the proverbial catbird seat, and younger students mill around waiting their turn. Unfortunately, this spring, as we all witnessed, it was rarely dry enough to sit. But it is today. But I don't want you to sit. Nevertheless, as your sons may have told you, rain or shine, we meet here, fall, winter, spring, right here for school meeting. When the cold winds in February bite, or there is a sprinkle of rain in April, we sneer at the conditions and we meet right here. And this is how we believe we earn our graduation day grace, this beautiful weather. We also think that a meeting here helps build character in the cold weather and links us to generations of Salisbury boys and faculty members in the past. Those long ago days when faculty members wore academic robes like they're wearing today, each day to teach in class. When the Sarum football team was comprised of every boy in school wearing leather helmets. When the boys shoveled the pond to get clean ice before hockey practice. And when the school community drank milk in the dining room fresh from a herd of cows born and raised on school grounds. How fortunate we are to be here at this time, all of us, together. To the parents and family members seated here today, your hearts must be bursting with love and pride as we mark this incredibly special occasion. Tracy and I and our faculty and staff colleagues join you in the delight of this moment. Today is indeed special, a once-in-a-lifetime occasion. The lengths that you have gone to give your sons this opportunity to attend Salisbury, either for a single year or for all four, it does not go unnoticed. It is an enormous investment in trust. We know in our hearts it's not easy letting your sons leave home as young teenagers, placing them in our care. So on behalf of the entire faculty, I wanted to say one more time, thank you. Thank you for allowing us to teach your sons, to parent your sons, and to love your sons like they are our own. Each of them is a gift, one of life's very best. To my faculty and staff colleagues, I'd like to say thank you for all that you've done to prepare these boys for their lives after Salisbury. The care and the passion that each of you demonstrate is remarkable, as is your dedication and talent. We've all heard the African proverb, it takes a village. It takes a village to raise a child means that an entire community of people must interact intentionally for a child to grow in a safe and healthy environment. Parents welcoming the role of other parents and adult mentors in their son's upbringing. The trick is creating an environment where everybody looks out for everybody else. That is indeed the kind of culture that we embrace at Salisbury School and live each day. And each of you does this so very well. Thank you for your love and your commitment. May I ask my colleagues to stand so that you can be recognized by the students and their families on this day. And finally, to the members of the great class of 2019, the soon-to-be graduates, as we love to say, today is a great day to be a Knight. This is such a joyous moment for you and your families, and for Salisbury School as well. You have heard me say over and over again that while you're here on this hilltop, we see you as our sons. We love you as our sons, which means we cheer and revel in your achievements, and we feel and share your disappointments and tougher moments. And the truth is, while we certainly don't root for failure, we probably love you more for your imperfections. And by the way more often than not, we watch with glee and pride as you achieve, grow wiser, and become accomplished, self-assured, and steeped in the values we teach each and every day. And on a day like today, our hearts are full, elated by how you have grown and all you have achieved, and knowing what each of you has in front, hopeful that you will take everything you have learned here and continue your ascent in life. But in speaking for this faculty, there is a twinge of sadness mixed with our joy, because we realize also that you are leaving us for good today. Though we wish there was more, it is indeed time. Today is a day to rejoice in the brotherhood in which you have bathed, but also to hold tight, for it will never be lived again. Congratulations, boys. You made it. There's a family of ants crawling around the podium that is distracting me. Today marks the 118th graduation ceremony held on this hilltop since the Reverend George Emerson Quayle founded Salisbury School in 1901. And in celebration of this occasion, we will hear from 3 different speakers. Marita Wong, parent of Adrian Wong, class of 2015, who just graduated from Cornell a week ago. Next, we will hear from retiring faculty Matthew Corkery, who has spent the last 37 years advising, coaching, and mentoring thousands of Salisbury boys. And finally, we will hear from graduating 6th former Winston Jules, who along with classmates is set to join the ranks of the proud Salisbury alumni body. And then, it will be time for you to receive the symbol of your achievement, a crimson leather binder with a certificate inside, a diploma. And for those of you who are anxious, you need not worry. They're all signed and dated, I think. But before we go to the business at hand, I'd like to share a few comments about the boys who are graduating this morning, the class of 2019. Well, boys, here we are, together for one last time. Let me begin by saying thank you. It's been a joyous experience to watch you learn and grow and play. You've left your mark on Salisbury and this family of ours. There are so many things that we'll remember long after the sun sets over the Taconic Mountains this evening. We'll remember you as scholars. As I said yesterday, your college matriculation list, arguably our best ever, is evidence of your achievement. 10 members of your class will have their names etched onto the cum laude plaques which hang in the building behind you. We'll remember your contributions to the arts, the papier-mâché puppies, love and honor, loyalty and honor, and great works of art, ceramics, woodworking, drawing and painting. Your filmmaking expertise was also noteworthy. In fact, someday instead of Francis Ford Coppola, I think we'll be hearing the name Robert Walter Kasten III with reverence. And High Tide, the most talented rock band since the Garden Weasels of the early 90s. Christian, Zach, and Kenneth, iHeartRadio, watch out. And the classic recital yesterday afternoon with David Wren and Jack John. The soon-to-be class of 2019 Cypher Theater rocked with drama and music led by members of this tremendous sixth form. The 25th Putnam County Spelling Bee was a grand success and earned 7 Halo Awards. Duncan, Caden, and Jackson. I knew that was coming. And we'll reminisce in the years ahead with great pride in your athletic achievements. Many, many, many glorious moments over the years, but this spring you saved the best for last. Every varsity team was in the running for their league championship on the final weekend of the season. The baseball team made the league championship game despite playing every single game away from campus because of a swampy field, earning the nickname the Road Warriors. A senior-led first varsity 8 was ranked first in New England for the majority of the crew season, smoking Andover, Brunswick, and Kent along the way. We enjoyed a record-setting 14-3 tennis season and finished third in New England, earning victories over powerhouses Bloomington and West. And the finest lacrosse team in school history with an undone 16-0 regular season record at the top national rank. There are too many highlights on this before I can go on and on. So your legacy is written in stone on so many things. But in addition to those achievements, we'll remember the simple things too. Especially the ones that made us all smile. Like the names you should have for each other. Jobo, Speed, Bread, the Hen, Nosewad, Randy, Barrel, J-Rock, the Surgeon, and my personal favorite, Snacks. We'll remember the screams of delight on the announcement of a college. A remarkable transformation from third form Nikki to sixth form Nikki. We'll remember. The slip and slide down Mount Magara on a late May afternoon. Fishing on Lake Washenee. Tommy's silky smooth voice on the Serum Sports Network. And we'll remember the moments that made us weep as well. Like chapel speeches from Jared and Tyler and Poon and others. We'll remember the brothers arm in arm giving toasts and singing the school hymn by candlelight at the Knights of the Long Table celebration. So magical, so moving. Thinking back to that unforgettable evening, we listened with extraordinary pride as we made emotional and meaningful toasts to each other in honor of this experience. And one familiar idea was echoed again and again. The sentiment that you had all experienced your ups and downs along the way, and that it was a great but arduous journey. You remember? Well, as your parents and grandparents have told you before, and this faculty has tried to reinforce, the struggles of life make us stronger. But what has been the most important aspect of navigating challenge? If I may, I suggest it has been the support of your family, friends, and mentors. Those partnerships made the ups greater because you had people to share it with. And that the downs were muted and bearable because you had loved ones to care for you. The real takeaway from that sentiment is that with character and resilience and the support of your brothers and your families and our mentors, the village, we can all be heroes in whatever we choose to do in this life, in whomever we choose to be. The great American poet warrior from the Jersey Shore, Bruce Springsteen, wrote a popular song 35 years ago this summer about his bandmates, his own personal band of brothers. And in the refrain, he scripted the haunting words, "We made a promise. We swore we'd always remember. No defeat, no surrender." I read this line as a call to friendship. The words capture a feeling of hope and dreams. Perhaps hopes and dreams each of you is ripe with on this very day. Remember the promise of togetherness, of brotherhood. Take care of each other in the years ahead. Nurture this incredible bond you have forged in the years on this hilltop. By the way, we also hope this promise will lead you back to the hilltop in the years to come, to visit and to reminisce. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your partnership and your good humor, your patience, and your gentlemanly nature. Thank you, too, for your teenage impetuousness, for your obliviousness, and your silliness, because it made this journey real, fun, and always interesting. Please rise, gentlemen. Proudly we present the class of 2019. Please be seated. Before I turn the podium over to our speakers, I want to heed tradition and spend a few brief moments honoring and recognizing outstanding service of the members of Salisbury School's faculty and staff. And this morning, it is a pleasure to acknowledge a number of colleagues who have reached important milestones in their careers at Salisbury. Those members of our faculty and staff who are completing 5 years of service, please stand. Jill Cunningham, Oscar Estrada, Carol Keenan, Katie Brandon, Becky Lashane, and Elliot Grover. Completing 10 years of service on the faculty and staff, Tony Frankel, Keith Hudak, Wayne Hurlbut, Scott Kelly, and Bob Klippel. Also, Carlos Sierra and Wilton Vargas. Completing 15 years of service, Wayne Farrington, Gloria Gurley, and Brian Proper. Celebrating 30 years of service, Lisa Shevley, please stand. Thank you, Lisa, for your incredible partnership. It is also time to acknowledge our 2 recipients of this coming summer's Alexander Caldwell Rittridge Sabbatical Program, Jeff Ruskin and Jeff May. Both gentlemen and their spouses will take unique journeys to different parts of this country and the world in search of inspiration and knowledge to bring back to the hilltop in support of their teaching. Gentlemen, please stand, and congratulations. And finally, I'd like to ask Rosemary Lane Lopez and Matthew Corkery to join me on either side. Both are retiring this June, Rosemary after 33 years of loyal service, and Matthew after 37. How fortunate we have been to have you a part of this Salisbury family all these years. May I ask everyone to rise and show appreciation for 2 people who have spent their working lives making Salisbury shine brighter. And now I'd like to introduce a very special person who has helped Salisbury School grow in many, many important ways over the past decade. We first met Marita Wong when she and her husband Jackson brought their eldest son Adrian to Salisbury for his 3rd form year. And from the beginning, Marita made it known that she wanted to help support the school for the benefit of all faculty and students. She was so impactful, in fact, that we soon asked her to serve as a member of our Board of Trustees. Among her most keen objectives has been to introduce our community to Asian culture and tradition. And she did this by establishing a renowned academic travel program called the Asian Studies Tour. Each year, faculty members and students travel together throughout Asia for 2 weeks over spring vacation, exploring distinctive attractions, meeting people from different countries, and absorbing new and interesting cultures. The intent of this distinctive program is to shrink the world and to bind people of all backgrounds in an interconnected and peaceful global community. In recent years, the tour has traveled throughout China, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Mongolia, and Malaysia. Marita Wong is quite a remarkable person, and we're blessed to know her and her family. In addition, she is a most successful international businesswoman. However, what we are most impressed with is with her appreciation of her responsibilities of being a citizen of the world. She inspires those around her with her kindness and her generosity, and she strives to make the lives of those around her healthier and richer. It is with great pleasure and pride that we welcome Marita Wong to the podium.
Thank you, Jess. This is my great honor to serve this graduation speech to the CAS 2019. Once again, congratulations to the CAS 2019. I would like to thank Bob the Saxi, our headmaster Chandler, the faculty at Salisbury for all the effort they put in to make this school and a second home for all the students who thrive in this beautiful environment and go in its diversity. I would like to take this opportunity to speak to the students present here today. All of you will leave Salisbury soon and continue your academic journey. Eventually, enter the real world. The world we are living in today is divided by difference, which is causing a lot of pain and suffering. This is our responsibility as a citizen of the future world, to not be weakened by our different cultural stand, but to become stronger together by the acceptance of them. We need to go beyond the tolerance of our cultural difference and see the strength in each other. We need to find the unity in diversity. Boys, look around you. There's so much creativity and talent in this campus. Imagine all the things you can achieve if you work together in harmony and unity. This is your opportunity for making friends for life who live in different parts of the world. They can help you become your support system for 10 or many years down the line. I would like to read you the wise words of the 6th century BC Chinese philosopher Sun Tzu. He said, "There's not more than 5 musical notes, yet the combination of these 5 give rise to more melodies than can ever be heard. There are not more than 5 primary colors, yet the combinations they produce more hues than ever been seen. There are not more than 5 cardinal tastes, yet combinations of them yield more flavors than ever been tasted. Remember always that in brotherhood and together you can achieve more." Thank you and good luck. Congratulations again.
And now I'd like to introduce this year's second commencement speaker, really a gentleman who needs no introduction. For nearly 4 decades, Matthew Corkery has devoted his life to the service of teaching and mentoring boys, helping them accomplish the grueling journey from adolescence to manhood. In that time, he has played a role in the lives of thousands of grateful Salisbury students. And while his true milieu was the Rudd hockey rink, I know, you like that? The truth is, the campus was his classroom, his office, the dining hall, his home, Matt Corkery's calling card has been the unique ability to make kids feel really special. All of us at some point in our lives yearn for believers. He is a true believer. Mr. Corkery, the moment is yours.
Thank you, Chiz, and it's always a little stunning to hear your life described in that way. At least some of it was true. So I'm very, very, very grateful. Good morning. I would like to thank everyone and congratulate the class of 2019. It's been a little bit like the teddy bear's picnic around here the last few evenings, but it's wonderful that you're all here. Shakespeare once wrote, "Brevity is the soul of wit." Well, I intend to be very witty. I would also like to thank noted wordsmith Mr. Trevor Reese for his help today. This is an exciting and wonderful day. Graduating from high school has long been the signature milestone marking your progress through the liminal phase between boyhood and manhood. It's a big deal. Like you, this is the end of my time on the hilltop, which is a bittersweet truth to acknowledge. As I look out and see you now, I am reminded of the legions of young men who have previously sat in this spot surrounded by family, teachers, and friends. I am so proud of you and relish this opportunity to be a small part of this important moment at our great school. Every one of you has a story about how you got here. Each is different. I'm sure all of you have had moments of doubt, loneliness, and soul searching, as well as moments of triumph, joy, and happiness. Challenges became obstructions, obstructions became opportunities to learn, and opportunities to learn became growth. The challenges you overcame have shaped you into the young men you are today. The lessons your parents and families instilled in you, along with those learned and reinforced at Salisbury, have laid the foundation on which to build your lives. The brothers sitting next to you have provided support and confidence, cementing that foundation. The class of 2019 has much to be proud of. Excellent scholarship, high-level success in athletics, involvement and passion in the arts, and most importantly, camaraderie and loyalty to each other in this school. This brotherhood is unreplaceable. This brotherhood is unbreakable. This brotherhood is Sarum. As time marches forward, you will learn how rare and special a gift it is. The new adventures you are about to embark on will be exciting and amazing. And as I hope as you move forward, you will work hard to stay in touch with each other and Salisbury. You are about to leave the hilltop, but the hilltop will never leave you. Please stay in touch. I would ask the class of 2019 to stand and salute your parents and family who have supported you, loved you, and cared for you. This moment would not be possible without everything they have done. Please rise. As my former colleague Sam Simmons reminded the class of 2017 from this very perch, parents can give you two things. They can give you roots and they can give you wings as you forge your path through the decades to come. Try to soar to great heights, but keep your feet on the ground. Also, class, please salute the faculty seated to your right, who have worked tirelessly to support you as you have navigated Salisbury and partnered with you to be here today. They may not have always been the mentors you wanted, but I suspect time will reveal they are the ones you needed. Thank you again for allowing me to speak with you this morning. Have a wonderful day with your family and friends. I wish you all great success and look forward to seeing you at alumni events in the future. There are two types of men in the world: those who graduated from Salisbury and those who wish they had. Take care. Good luck to you and the Boston Red Sox. Go Knights.
And now I'd like to ask Mr. Winston Jules to come up to the podium and share his reflections about the thoughts of the class of 2019. While he's standing next to me, our speaker today is a remarkable person. And he has grown as much as any classmate these past 4 years. He has an electric personality and the greatest smile ever. And he is beloved by all on this hilltop. It is with great pride and pleasure that I invite Mr. Winston Jules to the podium.
Come on. Good morning. I would like to thank Bryce and Mr. Reed. Wow. Bryce and Mr. Reed for helping me write this. Thank you guys. So, here we go. I'm Winston Jules, and for another hour or so, Salisbury School's student body president. And before the peaceful transition of power, I wanted to start by saying what an honor it truly is to have the opportunity to speak in front of all of you. The past 4 years were amazing. I don't know how to do them justice, really. We are fortunate to have nearly all of our third form class from the fall of 2015 sitting here today. Those happy few will remember freshman softball out on Reeves, Javi and Rodrigo, and the crowds at the hockey games. It took me until the spring of that freshman year to really buy into the school. But ever since then, I've loved every second of it. However, as a whole, this year has been my favorite on the hilltop. Obviously, being seniors has its perks, and it's something we have been eagerly anticipating. But this year made me truly appreciate Salisbury. I'm sure all of us have been asked, how could you ever like an all-boys school in the electric city of Salisbury, Connecticut? I was one of those doubters before coming here. When I first heard about Salisbury, I had no idea what it was. All I knew was I was going to be playing football. But when I came on the tour and shadowed Dylan Sanchez for a day, I fell in love. It was really a gut feeling more than anything else. But all of us remember that moment when we just knew. This was the place we wanted to be. But for whatever reason, sometimes the beauty of Serum is ineffable. Articulating it is difficult. I think really the only adjective to describe this is both Bryce Falstich and Mr. Gilbert's favorite thing to say: they don't know. They don't know Nikki raking leaves in the quad. They don't know helping Qua up the stairs in Quill as he milked an injury for a whole year. They don't know last year's Brunswick lacrosse game and having our entire student body storm the field and celebrate. They don't know XBL games. They don't know spending headmaster holidays in the spring down at the lake. They don't know seeing the baseball team finally beat Cheshire and win New England's. And they sure as heck don't know hockey fan sections. In my eyes, that's where the school is at its best, and you can really appreciate Salisbury. Perhaps the best thing about an all-boys education is that boys don't feel the pressure to become somewhere they're not. We can be ourselves and get crazy without being judged. At hockey games more so than anywhere else, I feel that the student body embraces the culture of Salisbury and gets hyped to cheer on their brothers. For me at least, it is the highlight of the winter and is one of my favorite parts of our school. I think that last year's seniors set a great example for us of what it means to be guys that everyone looks up to. and how to act and set an example for the underclassmen. And we have tried to stand on that shoulders of those giants to look out ever farther, perhaps do better. It makes me proud to hear teachers observe this year, more than any other, our school wasn't divided by grade. Rather than 4 grades, I really thought we were one family this year. Underclassmen were way more comfortable with seniors this year, some a little too comfortable, like Kate and Cole. But in all seriousness, I wanted to recognize the seniors for that, and it was incredible to see. Juniors, we pass the torch to you and look forward to watching that mentality flourish even more brightly next year. You already deserve ample praise, but now the buck stops with you. Our 2 grades are extremely close, and it's going to be just as hard saying goodbye to you all as it is to the class of 2019. Jack and Wes, there is no one else Bryce and I would rather have replace us, and we can't wait to see you guys take the reins and lead the school next year. The class of 2019 knows that we are leading the Hilltop and the student body in capable hands, and are so excited to hear reports of how you guys are thriving. To the faculty, we are very sorry for the beatdown we gave you guys in the student faculty basketball game. And what would have been a similar result in the hockey game if not for some questionable calls by Mr. Wynn and some dirty plays by Mr. Spinella. But in all seriousness, our grade has a surplus of guys with energy and enthusiasm burns. While most of that time that energy is used in a positive manner, sometimes it is not. And we want to acknowledge your patience with us these last 4 years. We all look up to you guys as role models and people we aspire to be like later in our lives. We want you to know that your love for us, your countless hours of dedication, effort, and struggle solely for our benefit hasn't gone unnoticed. We are all internally grateful for all that you have done for us, and none of us would be here today without you all. Thank you all for that each and every one of you have done and continue to do for Salisbury. It is not going unnoticed by the students. We love you guys. Lastly, the boys. Fellas, I just want to say that I've really been dreading this day all year because it's the last time we're all going to be together. I've loved every second of the last 4 years. And as much as I love this school, I'm not going to miss Saturday classes, study hall, or Wi-Fi turning off and lights out. I am going to miss the late nights in the dorms, the wild classes, Sunday being with you guys, and the fan section getting crazy with the boys. You guys have become my brothers and best friends, and I can't thank you all enough for making these last 4 years the best years of my life. I love you all, and I can't wait to see you all do big things in the future. No one outside of this community truly grasps and understands how special it is. They don't know. The kids I've been fortunate enough to be with these last 4 years, like Wanchu Levy, Evan Florin, Kristen Chu, and Pooh, to name a few. I would never have been able to form a relationship with these guys if not for this place. Ethan Hennessy's don't just grow on trees. And quite frankly, I don't know how I'm going to live without guys like Ken next year. A lot of guys come here for one specific reason, whether it be for a sport or just for a better education to get into a great college. Almost everyone, once they buy in, is able to discover new passions and understand the beauty of this place. While this is our last day on the Hilltop as students, our work is far from over. If we are able to hold ourselves to the model of the Salisbury gentleman throughout college and wherever life takes us, may the world smile upon us, and may something greater than all of us continue to smile upon Sarah. They don't know, but we do. Thank you. Birthday! I would like my brother in crime, Bryce Sausage, to come up here and help me give out senior awards, please.
first sixth form medal we wanted to give out to the member of the Salisbury School faculty through service and dedication to the greatest and most positive impact on our class. To Mrs. Sith.
The second sixth form medal that we wanted to give out is to Matthew B. Porter.
Thank you, boys. And now I'd like to invite headmaster, assistant headmaster, although that could be in the future, assistant headmaster Bobby Wynn to help continue to award our leadership and service medals.
Thanks. I can't promise that. Winston, Bryce, excellent job and great choice. As Mr. Chandler said, it is now my honor and charge to award the Leadership and Service Award. The first award is the Richard Fromberg Award. The Richard Fromberg Award is given in honor of Richard Fromberg, class of 1984. This award is determined by vote of the faculty and given to a sixth former who has overcome extraordinary adversity. This year, we have two Richard Fromberg Award winners, J.D. Andreski and Max Winston. The Leland Rhodes Fellowship Award is given by the Rhodes family in memory of their son, Leland, class of 1986. Leland's love of the outdoors was exemplary, and this award is for character that transcends many recognized standards. This year, the Leland Rhodes Fellowship Award is given to Tommy Newberry. The Reverend Edwin Ward Prize, established by the faculty in 1990, is awarded by vote of the faculty and given to the student who exemplifies the spirit of quiet and dedicated service to others, which characterized Salisbury's fourth headmaster, the Reverend Edwin Ward. This year, the Ward Prize goes to Ryan Elsinger. The Crosby Medal is given in memory of Robert Southgate Brown Crosby by Arthur Sewell and is awarded by vote of the 5th and 6th forms and given to that 6th former or 6th formers who have rendered the greatest service to the school. This year, we have two Crosby Medal winner awards to give out. Will Bryce Falstich and Winston Jules. Medal is given in memory of founding headmaster and his wife, the Reverend Dr. and Mrs. Georgie Quayle, and second headmaster, Reverend Emerson Quayle. The Quayle Medal is awarded by vote of the faculty and given to that member of the graduating class who has shown the most satisfactory development during his Salisbury years. This year, the Quayle Medal goes to Will Agloff. The Founders Medal, established by Salisbury's founding headmaster, the Reverend Dr. George Quayle, is awarded by vote of the faculty and given to that student who has rendered the greatest service to the school in leadership and loyalty. This year, the Founders Medal goes to Dawson Lynn. And finally, we award the Headmaster's Medal. The Headmaster's Medal is given to the first scholar in the sixth form. And this year, the Headmaster's Medal is awarded to Jack John.
All right, fellas. Here it comes, snacks.
Okay, guys. When I read your name, please come on up and receive your diploma. First up, William David Agaloff. Anthony Michael Altieri. Jonah Deaton Anderson. Jeffrey Brian Andreski Jr. Connor J. Angera. Griffin Arnone. Eric Michael Ash.
Luis Valleson. Andre Enrique Ballesteros. John McKenna Biller. Joseph Christopher Boloff. Miles McKinney Bowman. Caden Broderick. Connor Todd Bittner. Tyler Earl Campbell. Oh, sorry, Carpenter. Dylan Castaneda. Kum Chantara Portman. Michael Cheng. Christian Chung. Michael Francis Cipriano. Tyler D'Amico. Luke Diorio. Michael Diorio. John H. Doyle. Connor Bauman Drake. William McCafferty Duffy. Kyle Dwyer. Ryan Siba Elzinga. Rasul J. Faison Stimson. William Mangan Farrell. George Bryson Falstick. Evan Mark Warren. Curtis Joseph Fournier. Alvaro G. Edward Francis Girardi. Riley Guerrero. Luyuan He. Christopher Barrett Penn.
Ethan Tyler Hennessy. Sean Anthony Ngoya. Winston Marshall Jules. Robert W. Caston III. Marshall H. Kilbert. Young Yoon Kim. Pham Tri Dong Kwa. Clay Holden Corpy. Luke Chris. Nathan William Lashane. Logan Michael Lapone. Kenesse Liamidi. Jared Levine. John William Linares. Timothy Scott Lisham. Ding Ma. Andrew Napstone. Benjamin A. Marty. Thomas N. McIntyre. Duncan McKee. Logan A. McNaney. Mingyu Moon. Jackson Mulaney. Diego Maria Narvaez Munoz Rojas. Nicholas James Nathanson. Thomas Ryan Newberry. Minju Park. Will Philo. Jackson Pulverari.
Jairo Ramos. Janine Ren. Thomas Richter. Aiden Connor Roberts. Mateo Rufo. Liam A. Schuler. William Anthony Siegel. Tacoma Simmons. Ian Frances Smith. James McCordle Hayden. Demani Thomas. Dom Trap Dom. Alec Torres Patman. Zachary Matthew Sun. Juan G. Lee. Kevin Jeffrey Warming.
Griffin Wilson. Skylar Wilson. Maxwell Henry Winston. Dawson Augustus Wynn. Raleigh H. Wynot. Johnny Zarilli Jr. Helchun John. And finally, Hao Chen Chen.
Alex, that was outstanding. Gentlemen, it's time for those last handshakes and hugs that we've been talking about for the last few days. But before I signal the bagpiper, Mr. Collins, to play our recessional, I'd like to share a note from a classmate who desperately wanted to be here but was unable. Your beloved classmate wrote, "I never wanted to buy into the Salisbury Brotherhood. I always thought I was above it and that it was too cliche. Even as I developed relationships with peers this year and for the past 3.5 years, I always considered them to be close friends at best, but never true brothers. Only now, thousands of miles away, with tears filling my eyes, do I realize how much I miss and how much I love my classmates, and what a special, once-in-a-lifetime brotherhood we share. I am crushed not to be able to tell them how much they mean to me and how much I love them. Please tell the boys how much I wish I could be there with them on this graduation day. Love always, Gates Jansen." What a perfect message. I couldn't capture it any better. Great friends, great memories, insanely close and special brotherhood. Shedding a tear or two on this day as we say goodbye is more than okay. Imagining the sight of your cars packed and heading out the main entrance, well, I can feel a tear or two forming myself. And if I turn around and look at Mr. Wynn, It's that kind of day, boys. You are that special, a class of Salisbury gentlemen. Please take what you've learned here and go out into the world and live every day as if it was your last. Remember to love family and friends often. Help them feel safe, happy, and supported. Remember to forgive. Seek to inspire those around you. Do me one last favor. Look to your left and look to your right while you still have a chance. Put your arm around each other's shoulders. Memorize those faces. Youthful, confident, probably overly confident. Excited about the future. These are your brothers. Take a final glance and listen once more to Shakespeare's words from Henry V. May they be etched on your soul forever. This story shall the good man teach his son, from this day to the end of the world. And in it we shall be remembered, we few, we happy few, we band of brothers. You are all Salisbury men now, Salisbury gentlemen. You came to us as boys, but boys you are no longer. Godspeed, men. I love you guys.